Hi everyone, welcome to TransByDef on Saturdays with Harley. Today's topic is perception, and this has been a really interesting week to have this topic. So let's start off with some crazy things that happened lately. One of the things is there was this girl who's a Girl Scout, and yeah, like she put a boycott. She was trying to do a boycott on Girl Scout cookies because the Girl Scouts allow a transgender girl into camp. And it's like, oh my god, really? I can't believe you're... It's like, what the hell, you know? So like, it's kind of crazy because like, the channel that they had that video on was the Honest Girl Scouts. And it was just like flooded with all comments in there. I put my own comment in there, but it wasn't like I wasn't giving them a nasty gram. I try to be very polite as it is. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I pretty much said, you either didn't do enough research or you just don't understand gender dysphoria or transgenders, and period, or something like that, you know. If someone wants to identify as a girl, then they need to be treated like a girl. And that's the problem, is there's not enough information out there, and there's not enough like people who know about this situation. It's pretty sad, you know, and the craziest thing is people want to be stubborn about it and very closed-minded about it. Very closed-minded. And like, no, it's just a guy who wants to be a girl. Huh. Or it's just a guy in girl's clothes. Huh. You know, things like that. But it's like, hey, you know, you can be an XY, you can have an XY chromosome and still be a girl. Like, really. All you need is like your testosterone not secreting, and guess what? You got girl parts before you're born. Huh. That would be like the ultimate payback for you if you... like, can you imagine if she found out she had an XY chromosome? That would be crazy. That would be like the ultimate payback. But let's not hope. Anyways, there was another thing related to this. WJLA.com, the ABC channel for Channel 7, they put a question to vote. Should the Girl Scouts allow transgender children to join? And it's like, whoa, like 98% said yeah, and then there's like 2% that said no. And it's like, oh my god, like, wow, you know, all these supporters, it's like, thank you, you know? And there's just a few people that are just very stubborn, and we'll talk about those later. But like, it's crazy because like even the comment section was all flagged, and it was really funny, just as flagged for abuse. And it's like so funny because all these comments, I couldn't even put my comment in. I think they like stopped it, and like the funniest thing is people started to do like, because the comments were flagged but not the names, so people were starting to write like comments in the names. It was just like really funny, but pretty funny. But it's really good to see a lot of supporters out there, a lot of open-minded people who aren't trans, and some people out there are just like, they admit, I don't get it, and that's the problem, is there's not enough research in it, there's not enough like information out there to the public about this, and which is kind of crazy because like I just opened up a book in my psychology book from like 4 years ago, and it didn't really have anything about transgenders or transsexuals. Really? It had like 2 pages of there, but only mentioned it about like aggression. And it was like, oh, studies show that for a male to female transgender, their aggression goes low, and for a female to male transgender, their aggression goes high because of testosterone. And I'm like, that's it? What about gender dysphoria? What about all the, you know, why, you know? And it's like, gosh, man, we need that information, you know? Especially for like people like this guy who's coming up, this Tennessee state representative, Richard Floyd, he's trying to pass a bill that would ban transgender people from using dressing rooms and restrooms. That's crazy. That he has a really bad perception on transgenders, because this is what he says: "Don't ask me to adjust to their perverted way of thinking and put my family at risk." Really? It's like, wow, perception? Oh my gosh. What the hell are you talking about? Your family at risk? I just want to try on this shirt, which looks pretty good, I think. The shirt. I'm not gonna go in a guy's dressing room, take off my shirt, and you know, it falls out, and it's like, really? So, you know, like, we have a lot of people that are very closed-minded and are very stubborn, and that's what's gonna lead. It's just crazy. I mean, this Richard Floyd, you know, he's like threatening to stomp up a mudhole in any transgender person. So it means like this is the beginning. So if this bill gets passed, it's the beginning. And I mean, I doubt this is gonna ever get passed, but if it did, this is gonna start like a branch of, it's gonna be a Swittern event. Swittern. It's gonna be a Swittern that's gonna, like, eventually it's gonna be male, female transgenders, like for restrooms and shit. And it's gonna be like, what the fuck, are we from like another planet or something? You know? But it's really bad. Very closed-minded perception on these people, and I really hope you guys open up and read some books and information out there and actually meet transgender people and talk to them, because you need to. Stop being a dumbass and find out more information. Okay, so today's word of the day. It's gonna be called gooblu. These are people who have inexperience in information, and they like to shed their very opinion about it, and with falsified facts and stuff. Gooblu. So, like this state representative, Richard Floyd, is a gooblu. So, yeah. Gooblu. Okay, moving on really quick with me, with my perception. Before, my perception was really, very negative before I started transitioning. Well, not, you know, like, high school and below, because I was always, like, my information was very limited until the internet came along. And even when the internet started coming along, there wasn't that much information out on the street. So it was like, everything was very negative, like gays, lesbians. It was always, I was always taught it was negative and stuff like that. I never met any gays or lesbians before, you know, before high school, so I never knew anything, and I didn't want to identify myself as transgender. I think the first time I saw a transgender was on Jerry Springer, and they had an ugly stamp on them. And I mean, what I meant was an ugly stamp, meaning that it was like, you know, the perception was very negative, and it was like, you're stamped on it, you know, and that's kind of what I meant by that. So, you know, I always had a negative vibe on it, and I never really knew, you know, the definitions between it, and I never knew until I started, like, doing research on my own on the internet, watching YouTube channels, actually seeing real people and their situations, and like, wow, these people are really awesome. And then I started meeting some gay people, lesbian people, and I never told them about my situation, but they were so happy that they came out, and it was really cool to see that, and I was really happy. And you know, so, you know, this was after high school. You know, high school was high school, and I apologize. I just didn't have enough information, and I was a gooblu then. But now I'm more enlightened. I see things more than other people really do. I think it's cool. Sometimes I see myself, balancing between, gender roles is really difficult. So currently I just see myself transitioning, and I'm trying to get better at it. So I don't want to make this too long, but I'm working at it, and I hope one day I can say, yeah, I see a girl in the mirror, and that's it. But till then, I'm working at it, and I wish the best for everyone, and try to be open-minded, and try to listen to what people have to say. Don't get a perception about that's just completely wrong, because that's not where we want to go. We want to progress and not retrogress. So, and that's what some of these people before with the Girl Scouts and this state representative, they're retrogressing. We want to progress, and we want to get there. So, thumbs up to everyone except for those Googloos out there, and have fun.